Children aren't as engaged in books as they used to be. Most of the children are not reading a bedtime story. A lot of them are actually got the computer or an iPad or actually fall asleep to the television. And I said, this can't go on. It's no wonder that on a morning we've got lethargic children that aren't involved in their learning as much, and it takes them till the middle of the morning to start getting going with things.
We all want our children to be able to read, to enjoy reading, to love reading, and a purpose of being able to read in any subject that they go on to high school or in the future. So it's been absolutely key for us to sort of make sure that life skills embedded very early on.
Because it is so important and it does have such a massive, massive impact.
And we'd done an awful lot of research by this time. We used BookTrust and used different places like that, and this was telling us that nationally I think less than 20% of parents were reading with the children.
So Jill came to me and asked if we were able to develop reading in a more creative way.
It was about 3 o'clock one night when I just suddenly thought, bedtime stories, bring back bedtime stories, I'm going to have to do something about it. So that's when we decided we'd invite them, all the children, back to school in an evening with the pyjamas, with comfy pillows, with the teddies, with the dollies, whatever they wanted, and they could have a bedtime story in the classroom with the class teacher reading them the story.
The hot chocolate was my favourite part.
It is only 5 or 10 minutes and the rewards can be absolutely amazing.
It can be challenging because with Matt working full time, he doesn't get home till late sometimes, so I'll have been with the boys all day and then they want the bedtime story and I'm just like...
We used to read probably once, twice a week, and I didn't think it was that important until the campaign.
So we knew the first step by having the pyjamas would help, but we wanted to get through to more parents. So I decided that I wanted pickets going around the school.
What do we want? Bedtime stories. When do we want them? Every night.
We made some signs in class. We walked around with a sign saying, bring back bedtime stories.
We felt that if we improve the attitudes to reading, that's the sort of key thing first, and getting the parents to understand the importance of bedtime stories.
The whole of the school gathered around these picketers and everybody in the school and the playground was chanting, we want bedtime stories, and I just thought, please let this be the start of it. We can't let bedtime stories become extinct. We've got to get more children reading and being excited about books, and not just for comprehension, just because they want to get excited by books and find that magic.
Having done the pick up at school from home time, it was watching all the marches really around school being led, and even got used to singing the song really.
His attitude towards reading is totally changed, yeah. Before he weren't bothered at all, but now he asks for a story every night.
From talking to other parents in the playground, getting parents who didn't even consider reading a story at bedtime, actually getting out there and doing it, it was just a fantastic campaign, yeah.
I would say to other parents, find time to read to your children. There's always time in the day to read to them. Dad reading on a night time makes a big difference. So my husband is more involved in reading to the children now.
I really like it when my mummy reads me stories because it feels like family time.
I only get an hour with them, so it's good to read and just spend some time with them.
It's been so successful, it's been very little money for such a great success. I think it's all about all children, not just in our primary school, but locally, nationally.
Since we launched the campaign, there's definitely a much more sort of positive vibe and much more excitement about books in the classroom. So yeah, it's been a really fantastic response.
One thing I would say to other schools is don't be scared of it. If you want your children to be excited and get magic from books, then this is what you need to do. We can't let bedtime stories become extinct. A book means so much more than a book.